everyone, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here to bring you the weekly twin flame message for the week of November 5 to 11. It's a very exciting week ahead in terms that it's leading up to the 1111 gateway. Now, for twin flames, light workers, and starseeds, this is a very important portal, as you all know. Okay, because it is, especially in this year, because November 11 is an 11th month on the 11th day in the year 2018. So 2 plus 1 plus 0 plus 8, that's 11, which is a year, the year of mastery. Okay, so that's why things have also been very challenging since the beginning of the year as we prepare to make the shift. You see, if you're in the mastery level, so to speak, then you have to expect that there are going to be extra challenges. Okay, you've graduated from the basic course and now you're in the mastery levels in your ascension journey, and basically you're going to be given opportunities and situations wherein you can exercise the wisdom that you gained and whatever you've learned through the journey, especially in the basic levels, and see if you have already mastered the things that you're supposed to master, whether that be ego, whether that be addiction, whether that be always having a connection with your higher self, so that you can discern for yourself what it is that is for the highest good of all concerned, or you can very easily access your better judgment. Okay, so anyway, there let's see what the cards have for the both twins today. As always, I've already prayed over the cards and shuffled them, and at the bottom of the deck, which should be the general energies of the reading, we have here the Knight of Wands. So as you can see, the Knight of Wands, this is trying to burst forth with an idea. So in the case of twin flames, this would be really anchoring the paradigm of the new earth that we're trying to anchor during this shift, this transformation. Now, this shift has been going on since, well, the ball started rolling around 2012, and right now, where it was heightened, okay, I think sometime last year, if I'm not mistaken, yes, last year at around this gateway. And that's why also this is a year 1, since it's an 11th year beginning also. And that's why a lot of transformations, a lot of shifts are happening on the world stage, on the collective stage, as well as our personal lives. Things may have shifted for you in your journey that may have caused you to comprehend it better. And it's very surprising in a way, because you think it's going one way, but then again, there's still so much layers to it. Okay, so anyway, this is moving forward as we go through the shift, the transformation, just flowing forward here. And yes, here we have the Wheel of Fortune, and that would indicate it's still moving, it's still shifting. Okay, and we are providing this momentum. Both twins are providing the momentum for this shift, as I said, in various stages, from the macrocosm to the microcosm, which would be your personal lives. Okay, oops, what is this card? Okay, and look here, moving towards unity consciousness. You can see here the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands really indicates rapport, coming together, working together, cooperation, unity. You can see both here, both the male and the female facing each other on equal ground. No more of that old paradigm wherein the masculine was naturally supreme and all the females had to take a step back. Now realizing that there's part of each other, we carry each aspect of the divine masculine and the divine feminine within us, and now merging those together. And last year, I remember the 1111 blessing was the intertwinement blessing for both twins, and that's still available at the website. And now you can see, for those who have gotten that blessing and worked through that, really merging their inner divine feminine and their inner divine masculine, as well as the external embodiment of that in the physical embodiment of your twin. If your twin is physically incarnated in this lifetime, then that's good, because this year we were guided to do a different kind of blessing to help us all in this shift and this transition, which I will talk about later. But here, this is a merger of equals, really being on a level playing field. Okay, as we move forward again towards the Lover's card, which is really the highest expression of union and singularity, okay, which means abolishment of polarity. Okay, so here, and Queen of Wands here talking about really reigning supreme of the will, because you choose a life where love reigns supreme. You choose a life of being authentic to yourself, to your twin, and to those who are around you. See, it is the Lover's card here depicts an embrace. You can see the sun emanating from the background and all the blooms here. Once we have achieved and anchored this unity consciousness and really helping the earth shift, as well as our personal perspective shift. Okay, so there, that would be the general energies of this reading. Now, for those who have just joined us, this part would be the part of the divine masculine, and this part would be the part of the divine feminine. Oh yeah, I should mention, you know, this bracelet, I came across it several weeks going into, no, I think a week before going to November, because if you have been following my Facebook page, I had, when the energies were very, very heavy, that manifested in me in the form of really, it's like a hypertensive crisis, okay? For several days, my blood pressure was off the charts, really. And, well, I couldn't go to the hospital, simply because no one would be able to watch my pets while I was away, and I knew that they would keep me there, even if only for observation. So I was taking the the sublingual medications as soon as I was able to do so, of course I headed to the doctor. And I know not a lot of you follow my Facebook page because I only post intermittently there, but what are the odds that the medication given to me, you know, the name of the medication given to me was Twinsta, okay? So, really, these synchronicities. Anyway, while I was there at the doctor's, there was some sort of a pop-up bazaar in the level, and that's not uncommon here in the Philippines, because we have we celebrate Christmas for around 3 months, as soon as the Burr months come in, although Halloween is celebrated, it's really Christmas for like 3 months. Okay, anyway, so there was a pop-up bazaar in the doctor's offices, well, in the hospital actually. And then there was somebody who was clearing out his store of crystals, and at an unbelievably low price. And these were real crystals. And I guess it's because a lot of people don't understand how they assist us. And anyway, there was one thing that caught my eye there, and it was this. It actually comes with a ring, okay? And so this called to me, this crystal. Where's that ring? I'm going to show you that ring. Okay, very nice and very rare because it's white jade, and it's even here, although jade is very common in Asia, it's very rare to find white jade of high quality. Okay, and of course, I did put my hand over it and see how it vibrated and all that, but it was already calling to me. So I purchased it along with several other crystals. So these are my new ones. This one is to assist during the shift and give you strength. This is cherry white, and I think this is amber. Okay, I just like the color. Anyway, this white jade, I found out later on when I was researching the properties that jade is the crystal jade is the manifestation for mastery. Okay, so again, nothing is really by coincidence, and I was led to that crystal, and before I really was given that download for the blessing for the 1111 gateway this year, I didn't know how it would all come together. And I usually realize this in hindsight because I just sort of go with the flow and follow and just see later on how it all fits in. Okay? So anyway, that's just an interesting story. Anyway, let's open the cards now. For the Divine Masculine, we have the Three of Wands. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Hermit card. And then we have the Five of Cups. Okay, it looks like the Divine Masculine. We start off with the Three of Wands because it looks like that the Divine Masculine is almost in an energy wherein he's feeling very sorry for himself. Okay, because look at this. Here we have the Three of Wands, the Divine Masculine looking out into the future, trying to envision what his future would be. We saw then that the Divine Masculine has in the prior weeks, okay, we saw that the Divine Masculine was very excited, really strategizing how to create his new reality. But I guess because of the energies, okay, right now, and the difficulties and challenges that come along with mastery, he's also encountered some snags. It's not just the Divine Feminine, it's not just basically it's the entire community that is here in this period wherein they really have to master what they've learned so far in order to get to the next level, so to speak. Okay, so here he is envisioning the future. The past weeks having high hopes for it. Here we have the Page of Wands, and this is an ideation. These are ideas popping into his head about the future. And now I guess the Divine Masculine is looking at the other side of the coin. In the prior weeks, he's always envisioned his future being with his Divine Feminine, or creating that new reality from him that is sans everything that he he chose to leave behind, that no longer resonated with him and his new version. So here, having some ideas, but now here he's looking at the other side of the coin, wherein what if he goes through the rest of his future, at least here on Earth, alone? Okay? I guess there have been some snags there, like I said, causing him to rethink this, that it may not actually happen. This thing that he has been envisioning for him may not actually happen, and he may be left alone, and yet in all his wisdom. Okay? And here, it's more along the thoughts that it is, that saying wherein it is better to be alone for the right reasons than be with company for the wrong ones. Okay? So here he is. He's mulling that over right now. Okay? Trying to figure out if even he is meant to be alone, because he already knows the difference from the sand from water. And I mentioned that analogy in my previous readings, that if you don't know the difference, you would lap up the sand as though it were water, but that wouldn't be good for you, because that would eventually quench your thirst. Okay, so here he is, and the reason for that is that because there's Five of Cups. Okay, Five of Cups, disappointment, regrets, lost opportunities, especially when it comes to love. Okay, this is his regrets, and now he's looking at it, so he's kind of mulling over it. And I suppose it's always to be expected. It's kind of like the days leading up to your birthday when you're feeling kind of blue, and now we have here the holidays. Okay, holidays looming over, especially those who are from the West, who really celebrate Thanksgiving on the third week. That's coming up. And because I have family in the West, and of course here also in my country, I actually noticed that Thanksgiving is actually more of a bigger holiday than Christmas over there, especially for the Westerners. And this is probably why the Divine Masculine is sort of finding himself in a funk. It's almost trying to panic. It's almost panicking, but not even panicking, because there's more momentum to that energy. But really looking at the terrain and wondering if he's going to withdraw, wondering not only if he can pull it off, but this is the other side of the pole, wherein there is almost a self-pity involved. Okay, and look at this. So here, this is his ideation right now. Page of Wands. Thinking if this is viable, him being alone in his wisdom. When it comes to the future, his thoughts of the future, because this is on top of this Five of Cups, his thoughts of the future, the undercurrent of it is his past disappointments. And perhaps because it is this time, because of the snags that he's encountered, the challenges so far, and the difficulties of really making this shift here, okay? This shift into union and polarity, this movement into the Lover's card. See, we have two movements here. You have the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. The Chariot leading to love. Okay? He's looking at the other side of the coin right now. Let's open this card here. Maybe it gives us more of an explanation of why. Okay, here we have survival fears, and this is a card from the species Zeta reticuli. Okay, so the Zetas, this is a part in their past. Now the Cetas, they come from the vegans, okay? Not the ones that refuse to eat dairy or anything that has eyes or anything like that. No, they're a species. They're are intergalactic brothers and sisters who have come from the vegans, okay? And they've evolved into Zeta Reticuli. But this particular species, they were very much... they became very much focused on mental abilities, technological advances, to the exclusion of the heart. Okay? And so there came a time in their history wherein they realized this, and they were plagued with survival fears because they did not like who they became, so dependent on technology and logic, basically, thinking it, feeling it, which is where the divine masculine has come from. That's why we have been cultivating for him to get to know the divine feminine aspect of himself for quite a while now, and he has been successful in that. Okay, and here now with the survival fears, so you can see here the divine masculine really rethinking if his existence before in not using his heart was truly viable, or just going on because it's convenient, just like technology. It's very accessible. So this is the underlying energy that the divine masculine is experiencing right now, which is why he's caught himself in some kind of a blue and a panic. Well, like I said, it's not really a panic. It's more of a feeling down, okay, not knowing if he can pull off what he initially envisioned, and now he's looking at the other side of the coin, okay, because he's just thinking of the future, and how in his wisdom he finds himself alone. Okay, now let's go to the divine feminine and see where she's at. First card we have for her is the Seven of Wands. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. And we have the Four of Wands. Okay, see again, so basically the way I see it, what this spread talks about, because we're approaching the 1111 gateway, the mastery portal, okay, these are the challenges that both twins are encountering on the road to mastery. Okay, these are the challenges now of the divine masculine. These are the challenges of the divine feminine as I see it. And look at here. Look here, rather. She's still beleaguered, trying to fend off a lot of things that are coming her way. A lot of desires by other people, a lot of things that are expected of her, that she needs to give her attention to. And she's just batting away there, trying to hold on to the thing, the concept, what is most important to her. I've often described this card as one of triage, trying to pick the most important, the thing that you need to give attention to among all the other things that are cropping up. It's like putting out fires, because here Seven Wands, they're like fires, okay? They're indicative of will. That's why if there are others demanding a lot of things from you, maybe not even directly, but asking you to deliver this, come up with this, deliver that, to together with your obligations, your responsibilities, it's getting to be quite overwhelming. And this is all happening in the 3D lives of the divine feminines. Okay, here we have here the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, very practical king rather, very practical king, and he makes sure that everything is running in order. He's kind of like the mini emperor. And this is what the divine feminine basically wants to do. But it's almost like burning her out there, all these demands, all these things that she needs to do and things that she needs to accomplish, especially in 3D, that this is creating such a burden for her that is very difficult to carry. Okay, look at this. It's almost pinning her down. All these wands, they're pinning her down. But this is what is required in order to get things fixed in 3D. Okay, it is her desire as well. Okay, because these would be her desires. Can you see that? Here. Okay, these would be her desires. But she's being hit from all aspects, whether it's her physical life, it's her spiritual life, being hit on all angles, so to speak, which is why it's almost very hard to breathe. And a lot of the divine feminines are asking really questions that are along the lines of how blue the divine masculine is, that what for? Why do you need to do this? Why do you need to go further? Why do you need to continue this journey? That is on the spiritual plane, when you're questioning your journey and all that. And but again, she's also being bombarded with that actually in 3D. Okay? So just trying to make the most of her life and really hoping, having all that trust there, that she will come out of it on the other side relatively unscathed. That is why there's this speed, this determination to go through this part of the process that is painful and challenging and yet necessary, only so that you can get to the other side. Okay? And what is waiting on the other side? You can see here. Look at this. Wait, let me put that down. Okay? After this journeys, the journeys represented by the Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune, right? That movement. You have here the Lover's card and the Two of Wands. Love, unity. Isn't that what we're all working for? Whether it be in our personal lives or personal relationships, or for the planet, for the ascension of the planet. But still undergoing these shifts, Wheel of Fortune, Chariot, and us plowing through it. Okay? So divine feminine really experiencing that, still wanting, where did I put this card? You can see here, still wanting to establish the Four of Wands. Four of Wands, a very auspicious card because, as I said, we're entering the 1111 gateway. Four of Wands, that would be 1111, right? 1111 being established here on earth and in your personal lives, your personal relationships. Okay? So, here, that is what she wants, being bombarded by challenges, by difficulties. And let's look at the card here. Here, we have seduction and addiction. And here, this is from Orion. Orion is a very easily recognizable constellation. It's one of my favorite because it's easily recognizable along with the Big Dipper and Small Dipper and all that. Okay, and it's those three stars which are the belt of the archer Orion. But as the peoples, okay, there was wait, Actually, no, what they're telling me is that because Orion is the archer, he has a goal, okay? And here he is symbolized by the present. And right now, this is like Orion, okay? The Knight of Wands. Here we are, both twins, divine feminine, because this is the side of the divine feminine, really wanting to reach that goal, pulling the arrow back and really trying to check out where the target is, okay, because she wants to hit it. And what is her target? The target is this, okay, establishing 1111 here on earth, again also in her personal lives and relationships. However, we're talking now about the challenges of the divine feminine, which has to do with seduction and addiction. Now, this is not your ordinary seduction and addiction the way humans would define it, wherein seduction would be depicted by a half-naked woman and all that, and addiction would be basically your drugs, cocaine, whatever, heroin. It's not just that, okay? When we talk about seduction and addiction, we talk about things, the thoughts, that really binds us to polarity, binds us of thinking. It's like self-sabotaging thoughts, okay? Thinking you're not worthy enough, thinking you're not good enough, thinking that you don't deserve that future that you have so envisioned for yourself because it's not yet here. Well, at least that is the thinking, okay? That is the thinking that you are addicted to. You keep coming back to that. You keep coming back to this non-deserving, not happening, you know, thinking that really reinforces these difficulties or is brought on by these difficulties. That kind of thinking could be brought on by this. So it's like a chicken and the egg, okay? And the mastery part here is to take yourself out of this so that you can only have this. This would be the seduction and the addiction. And, well, we're speaking real talk here because these exist in 3D. Life is hard as it is, okay? And we are being given challenges right now as we make the shifts. But this is what we have to watch out for, okay? You don't get stuck on the seduction and the addiction because you're gunning for something else. Your bow is arched towards the goal, and the goal is this, okay? Meaning that the divine feminines really have to get past of this polarity thinking in order to really survive these challenges. The same way that the divine masculine has to get past his survival fears wherein this is all I have, because that is the thinking of limitation, okay? It is fear-based thinking wherein you won't have anything more that is really causing the divine masculine, and hopefully he won't spiral down. But that is being fed, this being blue is being fed also by the exhaustion and frustration of the divine feminine and thinking this way, okay? So here we're being given tips really to what we need to focus on right now, things that we may not see as we go through the challenges related to mastery, okay? And the card in the middle of the deck, look at this. 3 of Cups, celebration. This is communing with each other in such a celebration of love. It seems so out of place for both these three, but if you see the Okay, I keep doing this when I cut the cards. Where is it? Oh, maybe somewhere in the middle. Hold on. Oh, here. Okay. If you see the general energy in the beginning of the cards, this is the knight going towards his goal. This is the archer going towards his goal. This is the pause prior to panicking, can go either way. This is the divine feminine, really in the thick of battle. Okay, and as you can see, we have here, I forgot to mention, look, 4 of Wands for the divine feminine, 3 of Wands for the divine masculine. Still a step ahead. She's leading the way, clearing the things here. Okay, and but she has to be conscious that she doesn't hone in on this thought. And why we have the 3 of Cups here, because as soon as all this is dealt with and handled and managed properly from your 5D perspective, from a stable perspective, here we're going to come into the 3 of Cups. Okay, creating the third energy in love, not yet in 3D. Okay, because here at this point, as those both encounter challenges in their 3D lives, this is what holds them both together. Your love for each other, the good thoughts that you have for each other, and really giving that, how do you say it, moral support, energetic support to the other, to pull each other out of that spiraling down, and to lift each other up. Okay? Okay, so that's what I have for you this week. And like I said, the gateway is going to open soon. And for this year, we have the crystal energy blessing, the crystalline energy blessing that I was guided to give during my meditation. I was meditating for the gateway, asking what it was about, and what came to me was a council elder from Vega. Okay, so this crystalline energy blessing is a light language dispensation overseen by an elder in the lighted domain of Vega. Okay, and because the gateway is a collective vibrational opening to assist us in the 5th dimensional shifting, okay, this blessing assists in the integration of your crystalline energies within your bodies to conform with your crystalline matrix, while releasing the density resulting from all the 3D challenges taken on to achieve mastery. Okay, so, and this blessing, this acts like this kinds of turns you into a homing beacon to always connect you with source, because that's what the Vegans did. First, they had all the spiritual practices, the spiritual mythology, but eventually, as they evolved into mastery, they were able to turn themselves into that beacon that had a direct connection to source, that they did not need the spiritual practices in order, the rituals, so to speak. Okay, if you're part of a religion, you would understand all those rituals. I'm Catholic, and we do have a lot of sacraments and all that, but this turns you into a homing beacon. They turn into a homing beacon to have a straight connection with source, because the density of 3D was removed. Okay, so this blessing is an MP3 format. It is in light language, and it is best performed on the day itself, but I am putting it up here so that there's time to send the MP3 to you. Okay, so that's what we have for this week, everyone. Take care. I love you, and I hope this helps. Okay, prepare yourselves and really hang on while we're on the road to mastery. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye.